What's up, everybody? It's Tyler here, and I'm back for another interview. We've been flying through August. I can't believe the month's almost over. I've got another great guest on with me. Here's Kaylin Roberson. Kaylin, it's so great to have you on here. How are you doing?
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. I'm doing great this Wednesday, just getting through the week. How are you?
I'm great. Ready to get another interview done and just have some fun.
Well, let's do it.
All right, so we got some questions. But before we get into the questions, I'll tell everybody that we've got a game too. First one in a while. Uh, you guys are in luck. We're gonna play the game where I'm gonna give Kaylin three songs, and she's gonna try and name who's singing. Well, not who's singing, but who's the artist of the song. We've got a two-way tie at the top between John King and Mae Estes. So if Kaylin goes 8 for 8, we're gonna set up a three-way tiebreaker game.
Mm,
Yeah,
coming, coming after you guys, or not? We'll see.
we'll see how it goes. But first, let's start off with Big Fish. So that's a song just about anybody just trying to get humbled when they move to a bigger place. If you're inside your hometown, or anybody that thinks they're, I guess, better than everybody, if you want to say that. I don't know if you agree. Uh,
Yeah,
and they're just on this pedestal, and then they come into the real world with everybody, and they're in for a rude awakening. So
yeah,
talk a little bit about that.
yeah. So, Big Fish was co-written with my buddies Aaron Patrick and Kylie Hughes, and we really walked into the room. I had the title in my phone, and it was kind of just like this joke because my mom always said it like growing up to me. She about like someone maybe who I thought was just like a jerk or just bringing everybody down. And maybe they were someone who's mean to me or whatever, but she'd be like, well, one day you're going to grow up and you're going to figure out that they're just a big fish in a little pond and they'll figure it out too. So don't worry. And I grew up hearing her say that, and I just wrote it down on my phone and I looked it up on Spotify. I did that thing where I was like, okay, this has clearly been written. Like, this is an obvious, song title. So it hadn't been really written before. I think there's like one other artist who had something out, but I I was like, we have to write this, and we kind of just had fun with it. And I've been on like both sides of this song. Like I've been the person, like you said, like who came from a small place and then moved to a place like Nashville and realized, oh crap, like there's a lot of other really talented artists out here. Like I was just a big fish in a little pond when I lived in Raleigh, and then I came here, and now I'm amongst so many other talented people that inspire me every day. And so yeah, you can see it, maybe you're the person, maybe you are the big fish and you need to hear the song, or maybe you also know somebody who is the big fish. And yeah, it's just kind of an upbeat, fun summer song. We had a lot of fun writing it, and it's not supposed to be like super bashful in any way, but
Yep.
it's definitely sassy. I think that female country music like lost its sass a little bit, so I wanted to bring that back.
Hey, everybody's waiting for that. It's just gonna be a lot of fun to have it back, kind of like late '90s country, early 2000s.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, those women, they just told it straight up how they spoke their feelings without any remorse. So
Hey, that's good. Bring it back. Bring it back. We all want it.
yeah,
Now, since you're from the Raleigh area, more suburban kind of style neighborhood. Now, talk about how just being next to a big city like Raleigh, but growing up in a smaller town area, just impacted being a big fish, I guess.
yeah. Well, so I actually grew up more in like suburbs, like Cary, Apex, North Carolina area, and like if you've been there or you've heard about it, it's like one of the best places to like raise kids. Like it's complete like suburbia North Carolina. And when I got older, my family moved closer to Raleigh, and I mean I live like 10 minutes from downtown, close to like NC State's campus, and I just noticed like every day, like whether it was like going to the grocery store, or, like going to a friend's house or whatever, like I would always drive away from the city. Like I didn't like going into the city, and if I went to it, I usually just drove through it. So I'm not a big city person at all. And Raleigh's not even a big city, so that says a lot. But
True.
I would I would say that how it affected like Big Fish is just I would play a lot of towns like Wilson, North Carolina, or close to my where I go to school, East Carolina, and those towns are even smaller than where I grew up. But um, when you play in a town like that, like you are the big thing, you know what I mean? And which is really special. I mean, I wish I could afford to keep going back and play shows there, which hopefully one day I can. But you know, at the time I was the big fish in a little pond, and I think that a lot of artists like from small towns have their own little like territory and their own like hometown fan base, which is really important for sure. But there's something really important about, you know, moving to a place like Nashville and just feeling inspired and being aware of how many, you know, talented people there are out here.
Exactly. I mean, you're completely right with that. I don't know if you saw the Garth Brooks documentary on Netflix, but he talks about the story how he came from a small town in Oklahoma. He's playing all the Oklahoma State bars and moved out to Nashville, and he came back the next day.
Oh, no way.
All the way back to Oklahoma because it's too different for him.
Well, I think now with like something like TikTok, you don't even need to move to Nashville to feel that. You know what I mean? Like I go on my phone every day and I see like talented people from their hometowns that, you know, just love music and writing in their bedroom. And it's like TikTok really has changed the game when it comes to like being aware of how many people there are that are super talented. But I think it's important, like even when you are in that environment, to like keep your blinders on and just keep doing you and be happy for people. And it can be really hard. Like it can be really, really hard. But that's fair. It's normal to see what other people are doing and feel jealous or all those types of feelings. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of how Big Fish, that's the central idea of Big Fish, is just being aware that, you know, you're not the best thing out there. There's other people out there that are working just as hard as you, and stay humble.
Now, you did have the music video on the Country Network recently. Talk a little bit about the filming behind the video and just some of your favorite parts.
So yes, also super thankful that the Country Network put it out. It was also on CMT.com. That's where it premiered. That video, there were a lot of things happening in that video. So I'm glad you asked this question, because just to start off, I went to Miami the week before we shot the video, and I mean, I got so burnt. Like I've never been that burnt my entire life. And like I'm usually like really pale, and so for music videos or photo shoots, I'll go get like a like spray tan or whatever. And I had an appointment to go get my spray tan like the day before the video shoot. Yeah. And I started peeling like a snake, like really bad peeling, like disgusting. And I like went to the spray tan and I was like, I don't know if I should do this, or like, what do you recommend? He was like, just use a lot of lotion, you'll be fine. And I got spray tan. I was like, I'm not touching it. I'm not peeling it. We're fine. I can last, 48 hours. I can last. The night before, I just like couldn't. Like I'm one of those I pick at my nails, or like I just pick at things. Yeah. And I like peeled like one little like sheet off of the skin just to see like what would happen. And it was like I was super white underneath and I looked like a cow by the end. It was terrible. So I'm already going into this video shoot like, oh my gosh, like I don't feel great about myself. What is happening? But we had a lot of fun, to say the least. It was really cold that day in Nashville, which is weird because it was, I think we filmed it in like late May, early June. And it was like 80s, 90s the week before. And then of course, Nashville and their weather, it decided to be like 60 degrees that day, and we were on the water. So we're freezing. I didn't get to do, I wanted to do some shots of like people doing backflips into the water or like doing all this stuff. So, but that's how you make memories. We made a lot of great memories that day. We were all freezing, and but all my friends who were in it, I'm super grateful for them for showing up. And we got a lot of really good bloopers. My friend Jason Cross he's hilarious. He's the one in the Speedo, and he's like a poster boy. He's just so funny, and I feel like he really helped make the video. And a lot of stuff just happened. Like there's a part where him and my boyfriend Matt are like shotgunning a beer, and behind the scenes, because it was windy, their beer spilled all over me because I was sitting right behind them. So we got that on film, and I posted like a little blooper of it, I think, on my Instagram. And then I think, what else happened? My friend John, we were just like walking around and a bird pooped on him. I don't know, it sounds stupid, but all those little bloopers just add to the behind the scenes of that music video. There was a lot going on that day for sure, but you guys can go check out the music video on the Country Network. It's on my YouTube. It's on cnt.com. And I've been posting those funny bloopers on my Instagram too. So
yeah, everybody out there watching this, make sure to go stream Big Fish and watch the music video. It is a lot of fun. So I thought we'd get a little into your country roots and how you got into the genre. So who are some of your biggest influences?
So I grew up listening to literally everything. I listened to anything from like Justin Timberlake and Usher to, Rascal Flatts and Shania Twain and Tim McGraw. And I think what's cool about my generation, our generation, is like a lot of people grew up listening to everything.
Oh yeah.
And my music definitely reflects that. Like a lot of people who really love like my first release, Out of My Town, or like my song Breakup Proof is very like sad girl country. A lot of people were like surprised, and I hope in a good way, when Big Fish came out, because it's like it's just a huge sound. It's kind of older country, kind of honky tonk. And but that's the thing about like my inspiration, is that it comes from so many different things, that I love a wide variety of country music, and certain songs lend themselves to different sounds. And I think that's what's cool about songwriting, is I'm not going to write a song called Big Fish and, play piano in the background. So that's kind of where a lot of the variety in my sound comes from, is just listening to pop and country music. And I always say that a lot of the current inspiration that I have comes from like my peers around me that are great upcoming artists or writers. I just kind of let life inspire me.
Yeah. Now, like you were just saying, you kind of like to put your song titles based on how the instruments sound in the background. I think Big Fish is kind of like it kind of sounds like a rowdy title, and you kind of make that honky tonkin sound in it, which is great.
Yeah.
Now, personally, on a personal note, are there any particular just songs in general, doesn't have to be country, that you hold near and dear to your heart?
So I would say one that I hold near and dear to my heart is "Don't Take the Girl."
Oh yeah, that's
Don't take
that's
the
a good one.
Because that's like one that me and my sister just like, I remember just listening to it, in the back of my dad's Suburban, and I was like literally in the car seat. So to me, that song just like brings me back to like such a vulnerable time in my life. And it's also just, I'm a dad's girl, so that song just like hits deep with me, and my sister loves it. And I don't know, that's just one that's super special to me that I sometimes forget about, but when I hear it, it just takes me back.
Any more?
Let's see. This is gonna sound dumb, but "Fishing in the Dark," I always introduce that song when I play it on Broadway, because it was one of those songs like my family had no idea who like the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band was. And my dad like bought this used Suburban, and it had a CD in it that was just already in the CD player. And he got it out and was like, "Who is this? Like, let's just listen to it." And that ended up being our favorite song, which is funny because it ended up, being pushed to radio and being
Yeah.
some huge song that people sing nowadays and reference. But it was kind of like our road tripping song. And I feel like it's songs like that that really just got me excited about country music in general growing up.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people love that song. I love that song myself. I know I've seen a cover online of Jason Aldean and Luke Bryan singing it together in concert.
Ooh, I bet they like rocked it up. Was it like super
It was acoustic
big? Yeah.
only acoustic
Oh,
guitar. It was crazy.
that's awesome.
Yeah, as soon as they hit like the first 5 notes, the whole place went nuts. They didn't even have to say a word.
Yeah, no, it's one of those songs, and it's like also one like, obviously as I've gotten older and I'm playing Broadway, like it can seem like something that's overplayed, but like just my personal like experience with the song is something that I hold really close to me, and it's still a banger for my family. So
Now, before we start the game, I got one more question. You never know one of these artists that you respond and just say as your answer could be featured in the game that we're playing. So here's a question. If you could pick any 2 or 3 artists that you could duet a song with, who would it be and why?
Okay, so one of them would be Hardy because I'm obsessed with like his writing style. Like I would want to write the song that we also collab on. But I'm just a big fan of his. Like that's about as deep as it goes. Another one would be Miley Cyrus, and this is gonna sound weird, not really, but when I was growing up, I was told that I look like her starting in like 3rd grade, and I don't like the older I've gotten, the less I do, but like it's just literally been something where like someone has like stopped me walking into a Starbucks and been like, whoa, like I thought you were Miley Cyrus for a second, and had to like take a step back. Like when I was a kid, I looked very close to how she looked.
Really?
So yeah, so like I've always like looked up to her because of that, I guess, because I was like, man, I really identify with her because people literally think that I look like her. And I grew up watching Hannah Montana, obviously, and now she's like this huge mega star. So I feel like if there's one artist that I would like have to meet in my career or have to like collab with, it would totally be her. Then the third one is more of like a current idea that I've had, because I just wrote this song by myself called Die First, and it's very like pop country. And I so badly want to sing it with Josh Kerr. I don't know if you've heard of him. He's like
Yeah.
a pop country artist. And I've been listening to a lot of his stuff, feeling a lot of inspiration from him. And I think it would be amazing to just do that song
Yeah.
with him.
He's great.
I'm this close to just sending it to him and being like, hey, let's do this.
Yeah,
Let's
he's got
do
the
it.
4 new songs out right now. So I
Oh,
think
awesome.
he's putting out another 8.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Josh, for blessing the world with your music.
Those are some great answers. Let's shift on into the game. So everybody watching, here's the game. We got 8 different artists that you're going to try and name. And I'm going to give you 3 songs by each one. I mean, if you know the first song I say, you could just answer it. But I'm going to give you 3 songs. You try and say who the artist is. If you get all 8, you're in the tie-breaking game.
Okay. All right. Hit me with it.
I'm going to start you off easy.
Okay.
How about You're Still the One, Any Man of Mine, and From This Moment On.
Oh, that's Shania Twain.
Yes. Yeah. All right, you're 1 for 1. 7 more, and you're in. Okay. Space Cowboy, Slow Burn, and Butterflies.
Casey Musgraves.
Yes. All right, 2 for 2. On a roll right now. How about Amarillo Sky, Flyover States, and We Back?
Oh my gosh. I'm drawing a blank. Wait, don't. Am I this bad at this game? What was the first title?
Amarillo Sky.
And I keep thinking of Flyover States. Flyover States. Wow, I already lost.
I know you might know it.
Give me the first letter of the first name.
J.
J.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You want to come back to it?
Yeah.
All right.
Because I know it. I'm just like drawing a blank. That's terrible.
We'll save that one for last.
Okay.
All right. How about Do I? Songs You've Never Heard, and Over the River.
I have no idea.
Do
Oh
I?
my gosh.
Do I being this artist's first big hit? First number 1, I believe, in like 2010, 2009.
Are you naming all their like most popular songs? I know the last one was, but are these like all their most popular songs?
No. I'm supposed to mix you up.
Yeah, you definitely. Is that Billy Currington?
No. Luke Bryan.
Oh my goodness.
I know what you're thinking of. You're thinking of Do I Make You Wanna?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, you're
At
two
least
for three.
you saw where my brain was at.
Hey, it's okay. How
Okay, we
about
go back to 3.
I'll try to finish strong. How about breathe this kiss and it matters to me?
Faith Hill.
All right,
Well, I'm correcting the female country. Apparently, I don't. I mix up all my male country. Clearly,
how about tequila, little time, California sunrise, or head over boots?
John Party.
All right, you 4 for 5. You're doing good.
Okay.
All right, you got 3 more.
All
How
right.
about 3 wooden crosses, anything, and deeper than the holler?
Oh my goodness.
2 of those are like top 5 biggest hits. So I did name the popular ones.
I know you did. I draw a blank when it comes to male artists. I really do.
Okay.
Skip button.
I skip. You want to come back to it?
I'm coming back to it.
All right. Then you're definitely not going to get the
So
last.
everyone knows I don't have my phone around me at all. So no phone. There's no phone here. I'm not looking at anything, which is.
All right. We're going to go another female artist here. Help you out a little bit. On the spot. I had an old guy that I was going to do 80s country, but I don't know. I'm going to go with more modern day.
I actually might know 80s or 90s.
We
I
can
sing a lot of that stuff.
Want to try it out?
We can try it.
All right. How about 10 feet away? I'm no stranger to the rain. And Heartbreak Highway.
Nope, I can't do that one.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna give me like a Randy Travis or something like that.
Randy Travis. That's an interesting answer.
Why? Is that correct?
No. But
No.
I don't know. It may be for another one.
Oh, because that's another. Oh, it's for another one. Okay, wait. 3 wooden crosses. Is that one Randy Travis?
Yeah.
Okay. Does that count?
Yeah.
No.
I'll give it to you. 5 for 6.
Okay.
Okay. We'll go back to this one. Amarillo Sky, Fly Over States, and We Back.
Oh, Jason Aldean.
Yeah. Oh, you got it. I told you knew it. Fly Over States.
It's the pressure. I don't know.
6 for 7. I finished strong. 7 for 8. Second place. Coming for it.
Okay.
How about?
All
right. Let's see what I got here. Okay. I'm gonna pick this one on the spot because I'm not gonna give you Keith Whitley one because he didn't know that. Here we go. How about Temporary Home, Cry Pretty, and Before He Cheats?
Carrie Underwood.
Yeah. All right. Good finish. 7 for 8.
Okay. All right. Don't go easy on me now. You need to hold me accountable for all of these. All right.
Well, I'm gonna have you back on to play it again.
I know.
Yeah, and it's gonna be I'm upgrading the game. It's gonna be 10 questions next time. 10 different.
Okay. Got you. All right.
We don't have to make everybody do the hard math out there. Like 7 out of 8, that's a fraction.
Yeah.
9 out of 10, that's 90%. So we're gonna do that much easier next time. So everybody, thank you so much for watching the game and the interview. Kaylin, thank you so much for joining me. Great to have you on with me. And
thank you for having me.
Of course, anytime. Everybody go stream Big Fish, watch the music video, and go follow Kaylin on Instagram, TikTok, and the rest of her social media platforms. Until next time, thank you.
Thank you.